Welcome back to the Art and Yoga and Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Kira Whitaker. So on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the one answer that I give to almost, not always, but almost every single health and wellness question that I get. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Art and Yoga and Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Kira Whitaker. Welcome, guys. So if you're watching, our lighting's a little off today. I cannot find a phone charger or one of those cubes that you plug into the wall to save my life. So our lighting is weird, but our mic is on and we're going to do this. So I've got a good little nugget of, I think, information, I dare say wisdom today. I don't want to give myself that much credit, but I've got something that I wanted to touch on today. And it's something that frequently comes up all of the time for me because I spend the majority of my time, because of work and because of what's important to me in life, health and wellness, I spend so much time answering questions about health and wellness. And I'm happy to do it. A very large part of my job, whether it's on the podcast or whether it's one-on-one with clients or it's speaking on a panel, is education and information. That's a huge part of what I do. It's a huge part of the health coaching model. And so I'm happy to do that. But over the years, there are a few things that I've learned. And one of those things, and I've noticed it a lot lately, has been there is one answer that I give almost every time someone asks me any question in regards to health and wellness. Not every time, but I'd be willing to say like 98% of the time, you guys. And it depends. And if you're like, that's not as exciting, Kira, as we thought it was going to be, well, here we are, guys. It depends. And here's the reason I say that. I have especially in the last few years with social media and Pinterest and all of the things that support us as far as ideas and even community when it comes to health and wellness, I have noticed that a lot of people have adopted ideas and implemented suggestions in their own health and wellness journey, their own mindset journey, their own movement journey that is based off of something that is working for someone else. And that person is very, very different than you. And so that's why I'm saying most questions that I am asked, and again, I get asked questions all the time, and I love it. Every bit of my education has been human science, yoga therapy, the integration of Western medicine and yoga, motivational interviewing and health coaching and behavior change. I live for this, you guys. I say this all the time. I'm sold. Like, you're not going to find me in 2 years starting up a different podcast on a different passion. Like, I'm all in on this. But I also, because of that, and because I've been doing it I've had the studio 11 years, and before that I was a nurse. So I have been in health and wellness for my entire adult life. And because of that, I see trends. And because of that, I get to do a bit of data collection in the conversations I have and the type of clients I work with. And so many people will come up to me and say, well, my neighbor is doing this, or my sister-in-law is doing intermittent fasting, or this person that I listen to on this podcast, they're doing the carnivore diet. This person, and they'll list off, you name it, what they're implementing or what they're doing in their health and wellness journey, or trying or throwing around as an idea. And then they want my advice. And then they'll say, well, what do you think? Should I do that? Or what do you do, Kira? And almost every single time, you guys, I say, it depends, because it does. I work with a lot of different people. One thing that I've always had a hard time with when it comes to marketing and advertising and even social media, the algorithm is people will say, well, you've got a niche down, Kira. You've got a niche down. And I say, no, I don't, because I truly work with so many different people. I, for a long time, had a huge influx when I still was teaching in a group setting and I had afternoon hours in person. We went through a season with the business where I had a ton of high school athletes and a ton of high school girls. So I had teenagers. So that counts as a pediatric. In that same season, I had probably 5 clients on my roster for yoga therapy that were over the age of 78. So think about that range of people. All right. I've got teenage girls, and then I've got people who are in the latter end of the geriatric population. If they ask me a question, I better make sure I'm customizing it and I'm not giving out general answers. And my 4 o'clock, they did this. And so, yeah, we can try it. No, that would be absolutely reckless on my behalf. Your health and wellness is so individualized to you and your story and where you've been and where you want to go and your home life and your career and your past aches, complaints, and concerns with your body and how you used to move is going to shape some of the things that your body's able to do now, and also limitations on what might not be appropriate for you now. The same thing with the way you nourish your body. If you're perimenopausal, or if you're postmenopausal, those are 2 different things from a hormone standpoint. I'm not going to say the same thing to one person that's perimenopausal as I will to a male client of mine who's 36. And so the reason I'm saying all of this in today's podcast, and the reason that I felt pulled to bring this up, is because I can only speak on how I function with clients and how I run my practice. And that is every single person, I think, and I believe wholeheartedly, deserves and has a right to live and exist in a body and in a brain that they feel at home in. I believe that. That's all I do all day long with the clients I work with, is try to help them get to that place, or try to get them back to that place if maybe they've been disconnected from it for some time or for whatever reason. I believe that every single person listening or not listening has the right to feel good in their brain and their body, and also be equipped with the tools to get themselves there independently. But if you're working off of somebody else's individualized plan for your life and your health and wellness, you're going to consistently hit roadblocks, and you're going to consistently have a lot of barriers and probably failures. And that sucks. And that's when people get discouraged. And that's when people go, oh, this isn't for me. I don't have it in me to get well. I don't have it in me to be consistent. I don't have it in me to adopt those habits. And that's a lie. That's not true. You're just working off of somebody else's customized plan instead of taking the steps that you need to customize and work within your own. And so that is the reason that I really want you to think about it depends. If you're working with someone and they immediately have a meal plan to hand you and print off for you, and they haven't asked you questions and they don't know your medical history, or if you're working with a health coach and they have way too many things that are not customizable and individualized to you, then those are some red flags, because you need, in your story and in your health and wellness, you need something that is only for you. And when I say only for you, I don't mean isolation. I don't mean don't be in a group setting. I don't mean, that you don't need to have community and support, because those are vital when it comes to maintaining a healthy lifestyle and mindset. I'm simply saying if it's too widespread and it's not individualized pretty well, then it's probably not going to be something that works for you long term. That doesn't mean don't get inspiration, don't get ideas. But for example, I did a podcast when the kids went back to school, and I think the title was, I'm redoing everything about my wellness routine. There's a lot of things that I wanted to switch up, a lot of things that I wanted to implement. There were some things on there that did not work, you guys, and I'll do an update and probably next month on all of it. But I went through this moment of feeling a lot of shame and guilt that I was not able to have a morning routine that looked like that. And here's what I have to say about that. If I'm speaking to myself like I'm coaching myself, or if I'm speaking to myself like I'm giving advice to a friend, here's what I would say. Andrew Huberman's routine in the morning is great. I mean, I listened to his podcast. I think he is so brilliant. So this is not me coming for him. He does not have children that have to be taken to school in the mornings. He is probably preparing a meal for just himself. He might have a different commute than I have. He also might not have what feels like right now 8,000 animals to feed in the morning. He also might not need as much sleep as I do. He also might not have kids right now that are doing soccer that doesn't end until 8:45 at night. And so we're not getting home until 9, and then we have to shower, and then we have to wind down, and then we have to say goodnight, and then we pray over them. It's a whole thing. So I'm not getting to bed as early as I want. Well, guess what? That means I'm not getting up as early as I would ideally like to. So my point to that is everything he's doing has scientific research that backs it up, that says why it's good for you. And it is. But I had to go, we are completely different human beings with completely different schedules and lives. That does not work for me. And me chasing after that and trying to force that and then feeling bad about myself because I can't do it is not good for my mindset. That's why it's really important to figure out what's going to work for you, because the answer to it all, you guys, almost every single time is it depends. It depends. Do you need to drink a gallon of water every day? It depends. Do you need to be doing high intensity cardio? It depends. Do you need to be keto? It depends. It depends. Down to the type of movement you're doing, to the type of nourishment you have, to your hydration levels. It all depends on your individual makeup, your lifestyle, your age, your medical history, and also what your goals are. What are your goals for longevity? So with that, we'll wrap up. I hope that gave you a little bit of maybe a little encouragement to kind of flip the mirror on yourself a little bit and just ask yourself what would work for you, what you need, and, maybe take our eyes off of our neighbor's yard a little bit. And then also, if you want to work on your health and wellness, if you're ready, if you have consistently had goals, and if you've consistently even desired change in your health and wellness, in your mindset, in your lifestyle, but you are starting to realize that you can't quite get there on your own, maybe it's time to have some support. And drum roll, please. We have space. I say we, me and my team, me, yours truly. I have space for one in-person, can be in person or on Zoom, therapeutic yoga client. If you know me and our history, we consistently have wait lists. And I also don't take new clients often for yoga therapy because a lot of my clients have been with me for over a decade. So once people get in with me, they very rarely leave. I also do not take on a lot of clients anymore. I like to have a fewer number of clients. That way I can pour into you guys 1000%. I can nurture and nourish you well. And so we have space right now for one therapeutic yoga client. You can get on the website and there's an application process. It's not long, but it is application only. So that is on our website. You can also email us, info@ardenyoga.com. And then the second thing that we have as far as support for fall is I have spots for 2 private health and wellness clients. So if you are wanting health coaching, if you're wanting me to walk with you in your health and wellness journey, if you're needing somebody to help customize plans for you, if you need accountability, if you need structure, if you need support, if you need somebody to help teach you more about health and wellness in a customized way, if you need help with referrals and getting a medical team, that is what we do. That's what I do. And that's what you get as a health coaching client of mine. So I have 2 spots for that. So for the rest of the year, I literally have 3 spots available to work in close proximity with me. That is also on our website. That's application only as well. And then the membership. If you need structure, but you need space to be able to do things on your own time, you can join the membership. And that gives you all of the yoga videos that are excellent. It's what I've been doing in my personal practice for myself and also with my clients for over a decade. There's videos for everything: neck pain, breath work to de-stress you, low back pain. And then you also get access to my signature health coaching course that takes you all through the process of change, what you need to get there, and then also maintain change. And then you get new mini courses every month that dive into different areas of health. So environment, movement, nourishment. It is jam-packed, you guys. I'm not kidding. It's great. It's great. And you also get customized workbooks with it. So that is an option as well. So you can check out the membership. It is all on our website. And as always, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys so much. I had somebody walk up to me in a random store the other day that I had no idea who they were. And they said they listened to the podcast. And I immediately got nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, was I rambling? Did I smack my lips in the episode and sound like a farm animal? It blows my mind that people tune in every week and share it and then text me or email us with feedback and takeaways. And I just feel so honored that you would want to spend time listening to me and that you value my insight. So thank you truly for all of you that have been listening. And if it's your first time listening, thank you for being here. Until next time, you guys, that's all. I'll catch you later. Have a great day. Bye.